Welcome to the Mindset Mile podcast, the show that'll leave you empowered to take action towards becoming the turned up version of your already awesome self. I'm your host, Aisha Zaza, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's go. Hello, friend. Welcome back to the Mindset Mile podcast. It's been a minute since I've mentioned this, but if you haven't yet, I want to invite you to join the Mindset Mile Facebook group. We've got some really great wellness and mindset conversations going on, and people from all over the world post their mile walks and runs. And it's just so fun to see. There was a lady a few weeks ago, she's a listener from Australia, that had posted photos of a field of kangaroos she passes daily. And I'm so by the way. That is like my dream Mindset Mile. Anyways, I've been sharing some wellness mindset hacks and we've been building some great community. So if that's something you're craving more of in your life, then just search the Mindset Mile on Facebook and request to join. I'll add you. All right. So today we're going to talk about the struggle, because the struggle is real, but we don't like to act like or show that the struggle is real a lot of the time. And that's interesting because in this age of social media, I think everyone is pretty much over it being a place for just pretty pictures and perfect feeds. We like when there's value added and when people are quote unquote authentic, which, by the way, I'm aware is an overused term, but for lack of better words, that's what we're going to say today. Oddly, I see a lot of people ask for authenticity without being willing to be open and authentic themselves. And when I say authentic in this context, I'm referring to situations or seasons of life that one would consider a struggle. I'm not saying you have to live your life online and always share the nitty-gritty details, but let's be real. Most of us enjoy social media for a myriad of reasons, and I think one of the biggest ones is to feel connected with what others are doing. We want to relate to others, but this is the case in real life. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm an avid CrossFitter, and over the course of 10 years, I've been doing CrossFit. Newbies or people who are interested in trying CrossFit will tell me that they're afraid that they will look stupid because they don't know how to do everything. My response to them is always, everyone has a day one. Nobody started their craft, skill, or expertise perfectly. And if you've ever tried or done CrossFit before, you know that the last thing you care about when you're in the middle of Murph is how anyone else is doing their push-ups. We always think people are thinking about us way more than they ever are. And that's if they even are. But to that point, anyone who is great at anything also knows that there is no shame in struggling and working hard to get where you want to be. So if there's someone in your life that is critiquing you or placing doubt on the direction you're going, I'm going to guess that that someone probably isn't going after their own goals or desires. It's always the people doing less that project their own insecurities onto others. So what I'm getting at here is, stop being afraid to look dumb or silly at something. Stop being afraid to look like a beginner at CrossFit. Stop being afraid to look like a beginner in your creative space. Stop being afraid to look like a beginner in your mastermind or your class or your program. There's absolutely no shame in struggling to make things better to get to where you want to be. Not in your marriage, not at work, not online, not in real life. You want to know what people really care about and what you should care about? Working hard, working consistently, working when results are not showing up, working when nobody is watching, working through the learning curve. It's called a curve for a reason, because we all move through it and all at different speeds. And all along that curve, there's going to be a lot of mistakes, a lot of things you do wrong, but get excited to fail your way to success. You know what successful people do? They just fail faster and more often than the average person. That is it. Ask any successful person if they would say that this is true. And I bet 10 times out of 10, they would say that is a key. Being bad at something, struggling, failure, those things are inevitable. Quitting is optional. Letting it get you down is optional. So I'm not going to lie. I like being good at things. Like if someone is showing me something new or a way to improve a technique, whether it's a lift at the gym or an exercise, it could be even in a setting where I'm trying something completely new, like archery or axe throwing, which, by the way, I haven't done either of those things before. And I know that's so random, but those were literally the first two examples of things I know I've never done that I know I'd become eager to improve within the first setting. So just bear with my example. But for as much as I love being good at things I do, I also have zero qualms about looking stupid trying to improve. And you can ask anyone that knows me. I'm not above being a beginner at something. It gets me excited to hone in a skill or to improve at something, even if it's something that's not super applicable in my everyday life, like archery or axe throwing. I just love the process of improving. So I want to encourage you to set aside your pride about whatever it is that you're afraid to start or continue with in fear of looking like an idiot on your way to becoming great. Abandon the perfectionist trait of procrastination to avoid doing something. Abandon the all or nothing mentality and know that the expertise you seek comes from the mistakes you're avoiding. Your competition isn't other people in your field that are great at what you're trying to become great at. Your competition is your ego. Your competition is that thing that lives between your ears. Your competition is yourself. So if you can learn to be comfortable making mistakes in front of yourself, the rest of it doesn't matter. The hell with what people think. It's none of your business, and it has nothing to do with you. So I hope you go make a fool out of yourself doing something new this week or this month. Courage and hard work look good on you, my friend. That is all for today. Please share this episode with someone who needs a reminder that it's absolutely okay to struggle. And be sure to tag me on your Instagram stories at Aisha. And if you haven't yet, please give the show a rating or review. It would just mean the world to me. Thank you so much. Until next time, make it a great day.